Hello everyone, Zellerant here, and for today's video on Umamusume, we're going to be doing a parent run to kind of showcase how I've been working my parents lately that I have found has worked pretty consistently from the help of my viewers that kind of showed me the power of using a speed power deck versus bringing wit cards for building the parents to get that consistent SS. And so we're going to go through an entire run. First, we're going to take a look kind of what Umas I've built using this deck and what kind of the strategies are when it comes to how you want to pick which Umas to bring in for your parents, as well as what borrows you want to use, and then the whole process through that. And maybe you might notice here, I'm actually sitting in my recliner versus my normal PC chair. It's just an alternate way that I like to play the game a little bit more comfortable, especially when I'm doing long streams like this. But yeah, we are going to go ahead and just do this. It's going to be a long video. You can kind of skip around to kind of see different parts and where it works. I'm going to be talking my way through it. So this is going to be longer than your typical run. So just kind of sit in and let's get going. So first we'll take a look at some of the parents that I've kind of been making with it. Just so you can kind of see an example of the decks I'm using. So the big ones I've been running on it have been Summer Maruzensky working on parents still for the upcoming champions meetings and kind of looking to just get better great-grandparents as well as grandparents and parents through this kind of like a multitask. And as you can see here on the stats here, typically I was trying to do it with the wit decks, and that is one of the problems I was having was that consistency of getting SS, trying to use wit cards, as well as being able to win the races. And so the deck, kind of the decks that I've kind of mixed in here, we'll kind of use my more recent one I've been using, is 3 speed and 2 power kind of being the main deck. And what this is going to do is help you not only get both speed and power very high for the rating, but also make it where you have high stats in them to win a lot of your races, especially early on. And that is going to save you clocks, because I know a lot of people on parent runs, you're not going to want to blow your clocks there because you want to use them on your ace runs, especially people that are low on them. And this also allows you to basically just do every race basically in the standard tracks out there, whether you're doing the triple tiara route or the triple crown route. With these, you can completely ignore double, triple rainbow speeds that land on the races. Just do all the races, and it is still getting you consistently SS. You don't have to use these exact cards. Use what you have that works. Just try and make sure you have that 60% race bonus. And the nice thing is you kind of have a flex in the last card here. You can always bring another power or speed card. But the biggest thing is just trying to get that 60% race bonus. And to kind of explain the reasoning for my current deck on this one, is I'm working on frontrunner parents and grandparents. So of course I'm bringing Smart Falcon to guarantee groundwork. Key to Sun Black, just a strong speed card. Pico Pegasus, 10% race bonus speed card. Shinko Windy, 10%. And Marvelous Sunday has a lot of good hints in her, plus 15% race bonus. And then I'm bringing Yukino Bijin just for playtimes over. That's literally all she's there for. I would take something else if I could. Another very strong one, especially if you have her yourself as at high dupes, would be the Yukino or Yoeno Muteki card. As not only does she have playtimes over, but she has at level 4 hints for a lot of good stuff like ramp up, tail health high, and all that. And if I had Smart Falcon at high dupes, I would actually use her over her. But it is what it is on this run. But that's kind of the deck, and that's kind of the thought process behind it. And as you can see here, doing these runs, the SS, the difference in SS on the quality of your white sparks is significant. As you can see here, not a single white star on those. And you're seeing that with like all of my runs. Like this one, not a single star white. Now, you still have the randomness of the white sparks you get. I mean, that's just something you got to deal with. This one, I mean, of course, you still have like a 10% chance of getting 1 star, so they're going to be in there. But overall, quality with the SS is just that much higher. And so I'm getting some crazy parents. They're not perfect because they're missing a thing here and there. That's still going to be a problem. mean, I had this one here, which was pretty good, other than it being a Guts 1-star. Of course, you're going to be getting those. Then I have, like, Silent Suzuka, works just as well on her. And man, I gotten some pretty good ones with her as well. I think this is, like, the best one I got out of her, with Wit, Groundwork, and a bunch of other stuff. But ultimately, that's the goal, getting SS, being able to do it consistently, and that is the entire point of this deck. Win the races, get SS, high affinity, and you're good to go. All right, so let's go ahead and just get ready to go right into the run. We'll look at the parents that I've been kind of using. Now, this is front-runner focused, as I'm more of a front-runner main versus using like end closers and late surgers, but we can kind of touch on them and what you might want to be looking for them as well. And so we're going to be doing a Mihono Bourbon run here. She's the next one in the chain right now for my front-running loop. Eventually, I actually do plan to pull over Ines Fujin and get her into the chain because she has a lot of nice stuff built into her kit that I think would work really well. But for now, while waiting for that, we're just going to rerun in a Mihono Bourbon run. And so these are the two parents we're going to be using. We have the Summer Mruzensky I literally just got like 2 runs ago. The key things on my front runners I'm looking for, the biggest is going to be the Ignited Spirit Wit. This one we cannot get anymore unless you go back to Unity Cup. And so I really want to keep that in the parent, grandparent chain so that we can get it pretty consistently and then get it on the parent and grandparent, as well as trying to get, of course, Groundwork. You have, and then also the other big ones I'm looking for are the skills that you cannot get from rival races. So play times over being one of them. You have skill like Ramp Up, Slipstream. Slipstream's one of the hardest ones to get because there's not very easy ways to get it. That's one of the reasons I plan to pull over Ines Fujin. It's built into her kit. But those are some of the big ones I'm looking to get mixed in as well. And that is why the current borrow I'm using here, when you're looking for borrows, you're looking for those skills. That's pretty much the reason for the borrows. So got Slipstream, we got Ignited Spirit Wit, Prudent Positioning, another one that's really good to have pick up. Prudent Positioning is basically the same thing as Ignited Spirit Wit in terms of what it does. And so that's why this die with Scarlet that's out there is really, really strong. And then has a little mix of that in the other parents and grandparents as well. And that's my main barrel. There's another barrel that I really like. She's got Stamina Sparks. If I'm needing a medium or Power Sparks for medium, there's also the same Sky, of course, I borrow that's kind of similar in their sparks, having Playtime's Over, Tail Held High, Dodging Danger, a couple other things that are not, to me, actually not as good as the die with Scarlet, but still pretty good, especially if I'm wanting the Power Sparks. Those are kind of the 2 main borrows I have for now. There's some other ones out there, but that's kind of what I am looking for on my borrows. I believe both of them are currently max filled out in their friends list, so there's not much I can do for that. But if you do join my stream, on occasion, the actual person who made this die with Scarlet actually is sometimes in my stream and will clear out their friends list if you ask. They did that yesterday. So, but that's my thought process on them. So we're going to be going with her. Now, one of the things that's really nice about Track Blazer that you may have noticed, I actually have Mihono Bourbon in the grandparent on mine, but I'm still getting double Circle Affinity, and that is because of all the races I am doing here. You're doing, this whole track is a 40 race track that we are doing, and it's the same races every time, regardless of where your rivals land. You do the same races every time, and that is because when you're lining up the G2s and G3s with the grandparents, you're going to get that bonus affinity. Now, in the future, only G1s will matter, but that's still a ways away, and so right now, to get the very high affinity off of them, you're going to want to just do the same agenda every single run, regardless of where the rivals land. You will get plenty of skills doing it, even if you're skipping a rival race for another one, just to make sure you have that higher affinity. All right. Then we have the deck here. Now, I am running Mihono Bourbon on this one. So she has Groundwork built in, so I've tweaked the deck a little bit different. Before I was borrowing Smart Falcon for one of my power cards to pair with her, and then I brought Shinko Wendy with Kita-san Black and Pico Pegasus. Because I have Groundwork built in, The main other thing that I like out of Smart Falcon is getting Prudent Positioning, or the gold version of it, center stage. But it is a 50-50 on Smart Falcon. But there is the speed card, Kawakami Princess, which you may actually, depending on if you pulled heavily for Fine Motion, you may have MLB and could use her yourself. For frontrunners, you have center stage being a guarantee on her versus a 50-50. And so I've just replaced Smart Falcon with her for center stage, and then I swapped in Nishino Flower over Shinko Windy for my second power card. Yukino Bijin still in here. She's literally here for playtime's over. You have a lot of other options. Kurin, Chan, Wit, Yano, Muteki, a lot of other ones. She's the free-to-play one everybody should have for playtime's over. Now, when it comes to late surgers and end closers, your thoughts are going to be a little bit different there. Just some ideas on skills you're looking for them is going to be like, of course, your tail held high, ramp up, slipstream, a lot of the similar skills that you're looking on frontrunners as well. Slipstream, nimble navigator, like all those skills that you cannot get from doing the races themselves. So that's what your target will be on these. So like Fine Motion will be good. You can get nimble navigator off her. Marvelous Sunday is good because you have ramp up, you have tail held high. Playtime's over, still valuable on them. And that one is on the same card. So that's kind of what you're looking for when it comes to your deck. And so 3 speed, 2 power, and 1 guts. It's been working pretty solid. We're going to go through an entire run to kind of showcase how I do it. One other nice thing about this versus going with a Wit deck that I have found is I actually can do these runs a lot faster. Now, because I'm talking my way through this one's not going to be very fast. But once you have the rhythm down, because you're literally just racing, you're not even thinking, you're not even going to look at the trainings to see if you have double or triple speed, and you do that instead of racing. No, you just race regardless of the trainings. You follow the agenda and do every single race that is built into that agenda. There's a couple times you can do bonus races here and there, depending on the items you get. But other than that, there's not much thinking. You just buy the main items that you're used to buying so that you can have a strong stummer stat stick. But other than that, you just do all the races. And with that, we're just going to go ahead and get into this. Make sure I got everything right here. Mihono Bourbon, got that. Double check. Got that. And the big thing I have with these as well, I have Groundwork and Ignited Wit on all of the parents in the chain. As I've mentioned in other videos, the more you have of the skills in your parents and grandparents, that increases the odds of getting the spark again with them. And so by having them in all of the chains, I have pretty good shot at getting them, plus a lot of the other random ones here. And so the goal is just get as many of those important ones as possible. And I just verified that it is the right ones. So we're going to just go ahead and get right into a run here. And it's been a little bit since I've done Mihono Bourbon, so I got to think about hers because I've been doing a lot of Summer Muruzensky. And with her, I just take that initial corner recovery skill to get her ult to activate. Her ult just works by default. She has built-in recovery. Will be really nice for the run. And Mihono Bourbon being also nice. Now, I've been doing the sprints on Summer Muruzensky, kind of mixing them in. I'm not going to mix them in with Mihono Bourbon, but if you have like a sprint spark mixed into your great-grandparents, you could do those at Sprint B. She'll do plenty fine. Now, the nice thing now with my current chain of parent-grandparents that I didn't have before, there's no mile or long sparks in this. Now, it'll make the miles a little bit more painful, potentially more clock usage, but Mihono Bourbon only has 3 A's, because what I really want for a very good generic frontrunner grandparent is turf, because then I can use it in pretty much anything. And then I can borrow the Uma that has the medium, the mile, or the long sparks. So with this setup now, I only have turf A, medium A, and front A. So 1/3 chance that it's turf. Medium's also still good, of course. So it's really nice to have that there with this setup. All right, and it's the same as usual. Get your friendship up. That's the main focus. Get the friendship up. Because you're going with speed and power cards, you should actually be pretty set with your speed and power right off the bat. So you just kind of follow the trainings around. Get that friendship up as quickly as you can. And that's good. We're getting power. Power is like the key. Power and speed hits. If you can get them early, it just makes the run even more smooth in the beginning. But I really haven't had problems using the speed and power cards lately. Okay, nothing too crazy here. We will take that stamina, though. I'll take Cloudy Days here. It's a green. If I have the skill points to take all the greens, I try and take as many of them as I can at the end. All right, nice. Getting a wit hit. Always good to see the wit hits mixed in to give you more friendship. This is Wet Conditions. We'll take that, of course. I'll go ahead and take that hint. Nakayama Race Course. A good pickup there. Okay, got a decent speed hit here. Energy and mood, of course. Oh, misclicked on my mouse there. Make sure it's not. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, we'll take the wet hit here. Running pretty good. Speed, man, we have not had the rest yet, though. This is going pretty good. I mean, even if it's not this good, you still are generally going to be fine on your runs. Even if I've had the rest twice here, and I still end up with fairly good stats at the end because you're getting so many stats across the board from all the racing you're doing. All right, here's our first time we're going to rest. Oh, a sleep deprived. Oh, nice. Nice speed hit there. Almost 300 speed already, which is pretty good. Nice wit hit. This one I think is going to be the top here. Don't care about trick. Okay, we'll take the straightaway adept. Although I generally don't pick that skill up. Generally don't have the skill points to take that one. That one's fairly easy to get, so I don't even worry about that one. You get it off Kitasan Black anyway for your ace runs. Alright. Now it's just the debut. Alright. And then we get to the first one here. So this is where I'll go in and turn on the agenda. It's just the typical triple tiara agenda that I'm putting in. So if we just take a quick look at it, you've probably seen this agenda. You're basically doing the last 3 trainings up to the 2 races here. Take a break here where there's only OP races. You race. This one has a race potential on it, but this one we skip because we're going to do the next 3. And then it's kind of just that process from there. There's a race you could potentially do here, which we'll talk about when we get to it. As depending on the items you get, I like to do this race here, but you have a very high chance for the skin condition going that deep into the runs. But if you get the heal for it, then I'll just do it and take the heal. And then it's an OP race, OP triple race. Then you take a break here to go to NHK Japanese Oaks. Break here for that going into the summer. This is another one, the Yasuda, I may do depending on the items I have. If I can deal with the problems of doing 4 in a row going into the summer. Very rarely do I do this one though, because I don't want to have a bad summer. And then this is kind of the same process through here. You finish the summer, you race, you take a break so you're not doing 5 or 6 in a row here, and then you do your main G1s. Depending on if you bring an Uma that can do dirt runs, sometimes I'll try and mix in the Champions Cup here, depending on the items, of course, and then just do 5 in a row. That one. But then you have these 2 right here. Then you get a little bit of a break because you're already doing 3 in a row, then 3 in a row again. Take a break right before Tenno Show. Of course, 2 G1s, break, 2 G1s, summer, 2 after, break here, your 3 up through Japan Cup. If the run is solid and good to go at this point, I'll do this race and then the Arima Keenan, and then we just finish it off strong. That's your typical triple tiara route. Nothing too crazy to it. Now, we'll talk about all the extra bonus races as we get to them, though, that you can do if you want to do them. So this first one here, not much we can do here unless we just want to hit wit, unless we have energy here, which we don't. I will take the grilled carrots, though. Now, one of the nice things about this race, just doing non-stop racing too, is I almost have no issues with items. It is super good for getting all the items you want and need. So we have that. And we do have a wit hit to... Oh, that maxed out key some black there. Yeah, 20%, we're not going to risk it. No real need to gamble on these, other than like the 1% or something that might get you some really high stats. But it has been fairly consistent on all the runs that I've done with a deck like this. Now, here is one where we could race here. We have a sprint. Now, she is Sprint C. I will say, you know what? We'll do the sprints here. Because Sprint C is not as big of a deal, especially since we're fairly high power early on here. So we'll do it. I really don't have anything I can train anyway. We'll take a 2nd or 3rd place, just get some monies in. But this one's not mandatory by any means because a lot of Umas aren't good at sprints. But if you can do it, if you're taking like Fuji, Mihono Bourbon's being C, maybe you have a sprint spark, or you just want to do it like I'm about to do it. Or Maruzensky, who's B in it. Plenty of Umas can do this one, so I'll do this race generally with them, just because it's extra money coming in for items. Oh, we won it. Sprint C. I mean, sprints, it's more about power than speed anyway. Who knows? Maybe we'll try the sprinter stakes on the last time of the run. But we'll need to probably have max speed by that point if I want to do it. Oh, that was a nice pick out. He's got dodging danger. Now, one of the things in this run that I will do is start picking up skills that help myself win as we go through it. Just like you may do with your ace runs. But I try and take as few as possible. Mostly when it comes to taking skills, what I'm looking to do is remove them from the pool of skills that I can get from the races. Basically pruning the skills out. So like if I take fast paced, I will not have to worry about, I won't be able to hit fast pace from a rival race, which means I'll have an easier time getting like a lot of the other front runners. Like we just got dodging danger. Although don't take dodging danger until you have ignited wit or prudent positioning, because this one can screw you on some of the races. So I'll take like that fast paced, maybe leader's pride. I'm trying to think of all of them off the top of my head. Man, I don't know why I'm blanking on some, but all the front runner stuff. Now, some of the medium and miles as well, because when I do the mile races, I want to get the front runner skills. So if I prune out the mile ones, I can get them easier from the miles. Now, the ones I will not generally touch are going to be the double circle ones, because if I take one hit of front runner savvy, it's still in the pool of skills that we can hit, and it does nothing other than potentially help me activate groundwork. On my front runners, sometimes I'll take front runner savvy if I have everything else to get groundwork going consistently. And with Mihono Bourbon, that basically means you have concentration, focus, front runner, and then early lead, or some of the greens to make it work as well. And that's pretty much it for my thoughts on the skills here. Okay, so we just did that race. So we're back to the OP one here, but we're low on energy now because we raced. We don't have any energy items in here, but we can just buy up those. I am always checking the shop and buying stuff. Because we're racing so much, stuff is just constantly coming in. We're just going to rest here. Okay, stamina's pretty good already. We're going to just take more power. Get that power and speed up early as possible so you're always winning these races as much as possible. Okay. And we don't really have skill points, so we're going to just do that one. Take a loss, I guess. Alright. This one always is annoying. Sometimes you just dominate it, sometimes you just lose it. Especially since she's Mile B right now. We're gonna probably struggle a little bit on these early ones with her, but that'll be fine. Ooh, an early Charming pickup's pretty nice. And so here's one of those situations where we have the rival racer on sprint, but we're gonna just follow the schedule regardless. Alright, and nothing really in here I want to take. And skill point wise, let's see, what can we have help us here? We'll take fast pace now that we're going to do front running. And eventually we'll just take escaped artist and be fine there. Okay, got that one out of the way. Get some items in here. Got hammers. One of the things, because I do these runs so fast, that I've seen to be a problem, and it's a problem that I've had in the past, even when I do normal runs, just remembering to use the hammers. Because you can do these runs a lot faster because you're just focused, you just follow the schedule on this one. Is to just try and think about it. Because I've finished runs where it's like, holy crap, I'm getting so many hammers. I don't know what to do with them. And so, okay, so this is the other OP here. Do we have something on wit? Yes, we can hit wit here. Let's get that friendship up. A mood down. The nice thing is, mood isn't too big of a deal on this. All right, we got a race here. Oh, we got a new shop though. Miracle Cure. That's always good. This allows me... This is basically having the Miracle Cure or whatever, one of the cures for the skin condition. And I'm willing to do that extra race after the Hopeless Stakes here. So, okay, we're going to buy that. We'll want to buy the Speed Ankles as soon as we can. Okay, Cupcake, always nice to get. One of the things I'm always trying to think about as I'm getting items is how am I going to get my energy for the summer? Of course, everybody probably knows the herbal tea or whatever you want to call it. I like to call it poison plus Cupcake. That is, you get your mood right back and instant healing energy. So that's a good pickup right there. I'm going to take the skill points here. All about maximum skill points. Okay, get that. Okay, we've bought everything we care about in here for now. I may end up buying the stamina one if we have the ability to get it. Just because sometimes I will hit stamina towards the end, depending on where my stats are. Just trying to get them as high as possible for that SS rank for my parent. Okay, almost got center stage. That's nice. Since we have dodging danger, it'll be nice to get that combo going. All right, so we are now at this one. This is the one where you skip it while you could technically race here. We're going to be racing the next 3. We don't want to do 6 or 7 in a row. That could completely derail your run here. And we're already good. We've pretty much bought out all the important stuff here. So we're getting that. And so we're good here. If you have the ability, we have not really gotten too many in terms of energy items. So, but if you do, I mean, this is of course an opportunity to train. I have not been lucky in that respect, so we're just going to go ahead and rest. Alright, and so we got this one here. I gotta remember, we're about to get into the G1s. I have 2 hammers. Always have to kind of keep reminding myself. Got a hammer, hammer. I love to forget to do it, because when I'm just doing these, when I just kind of try and do muscle memory, I'm just running through the schedule and doing as quickly as can, and I will forget. But it's not the end of the world, just make sure to use them the next time. Let's see, is there anything I want to take to help me out? Yes, let's just take Escaped Artist now. And it's kind of different depending on the Uma. One of the things I like to get are their gold awakening skills, just because that's going to help a little bit, because it's already a default good one for them to get higher rank score towards the end. Certain Umas have better ones than others in terms of getting white sparks. Like Summer Maruzensky, if I can get away with it, I won't take Restless, because I don't really care about Moxie as much. But generally I need to take it anyway for the Tenno Show Spring, because sometimes I don't have enough stamina to survive it. But those, of course, are ones that I'm almost certainly going to take anyway for the rank, so I might as well take them early if it's going to help me out. Just do that. We're getting to the G1 here. Got some new stuff in the shop. Another hammer. This is going to be one of those runs where it's just going to give me a lot of hammers, so I need to not forget to use them. There's our mood back up. Before we do that, let's go buy the items. We're on the G1. Let's use the hammer. Now, one thing is, I am currently willing to use clocks on these races here. Depending on the person, you may not want to waste clocks on parent runs, especially if you're doing like a lot of them like me, because once you do run out, they will start consuming carrots, 10 carrots per clock. And if you think about it cost-wise, it's about 12 cents. So I know some people won't want to do that. But if I end up losing, especially with her since she's Mile B, it is a very good chance that she could lose. We will then clock it. Now, I have not really had issues where I actually have had to use all 5 clocks on these runs, because the speed and power cards are getting me way higher than I typically am at this point on an ace run where I have wit cards mixed in. So generally, it's actually not been too bad on the losses because of how much higher my speed and power is at this point on my runs. Okay, got some more goodies there. Ooh, got early lead, so we could get groundwork up and running for her now since we have concentration, early lead, and frontrunner savvy. And here's our prudent positioning. All right, we got to make sure to take the top option here, though. So far, really good run. There's only one real other thing that we care about getting, like I said, on Inspiration, Ignited Wit. It's the one thing we're really gambling the most on. Alright, so we do we have enough skill points to do it? No, we will have it on the next one, though, so. I'll probably add them after Inspiration, just in case I get some discounts. The nice thing with this one, this doesn't even matter on this race. Because it's the new year. Let's just go buy our stuff in here first. Actually, I'll just keep it on the agenda too, so you can kind of see the races as we go through them here. So the Hopeless Stakes. Oh, I forgot to use a hammer, I believe. We'll have to make sure to use it on the next ones. Alright, we don't want to be the only front runner. Just switch her to pace. Now, I might miss, on occasion, the hammers because I'm talking, but I've gotten a lot better at using them generally. But, yeah, it's punishing me. It's going to say, here's another hammer. Make sure you use them. Or you will have too many at the end. Okay. New shop here. Oh, we got the skin cream. That's even better than the here. And we got the grills. I think... Let me just see. Probably going to buy those. Oh, yeah. We still have some that need them. Now, here is a race that is not on the schedule. But because I have the skin cream as well as a master cure here, we're going to go ahead and do it as kind of a bonus. One, we want to be able to buy everything in here. And the Valentine's event does give you a mood up. So we pretty much recover from this, doing this extra race pretty much instantly. And so we can... Now we're going to wait. I'm just going to wait to inspiration before I get any more skills in case we get discounts. And so here, since it's not on the schedule, I just do whichever one I care the most about. Maybe potentially if I'm building a parent. So we're going to just do the medium on the top. Since this one's not going to be one you do consistently, I don't worry about this one for the affinity. And make sure to switch her back to front. One thing I tend to forget sometimes as well, and I'll do a couple in pace until I realize it. But if you have to do it as pace, I want to just make sure to switch it back. Early lead hit. Nice. Oh, we didn't get punished with skin condition, but we lost some stats. Not too big a deal to lose that. It was worth it for the money here. So now we can buy that. And let me see. I think we are... Yeah, we'll buy one of these. Sometimes you get the chance to pop them outside of it. We have a 3 of these already. So we're sitting pretty good on the megaphones now. Oh, let me get that hammer. Where that drops. Now we're on an OP race here. Nothing's worth it. And we have 2 energies. So if we do have like a wit hit or something, I can deal with it with that. But we're just going to rest. Sleep deprived. Doesn't really matter. We're going to race and most likely rest again anyway. Man, we're getting a lot of early lead discounts here. But that's one reason that when I was talking about pruning out the skills is if I take this skill, I won't be able to get it again. And that means I have a better shot at getting the other frontrunner skills that I don't currently have. We're going to wait to inspiration just in case we hit them on inspiration and can get a max discount on it. But I will be taking them once we get there. Because these are all G2s and G3s. She should do quite well on her own. And so we're at the OP races here. Yeah, we're sitting really good on friendship. No reason to hit here. There's nothing of that I really care about there. There we go. Well rested. Okay, let me make sure nothing in the shop, because they're about to drop off soon. Nope. Okay. And just race. And this is a 3-in-a-row race. And the nice thing is we have 2 ways to deal with skin condition, so it's not even a big deal. Oh, there is our prudent, or not prudent, there's our playtime's over. That's the only reason I have that card in the deck. Playtime's over. As you can see here, this is one of those scenarios where the rival racers are down here, but stick to the schedule. Just do the schedule. Don't worry about the rival races. You will get this. You will get skills over time. Don't. This is to min-max that affinity. Now, this won't matter in the future when they eventually do the affinity changes. But when that happens, Make a New Track / Track Blazer won't be the main scenario you're going to want to run anyway for your parents and grandparents. Alright. There's our ignited wit. There's prudent positioning. Huge and slipstream. Holy crap. We got a slipstream hit. That's another big one I want to pick up. Alright. We have a potential great-grandparent here. Let's see what we got now. Yeah, slipstream's pretty massive. So we're going to take dodging danger. We're going to go ahead and take prudent positioning. Max discount there. We're going to take early lead. We'll want to take concentration here soon. Concentration paired with groundwork with the dodging danger prudent positioning combo should be all we really need to pretty much win the rest of the races pretty easily. I don't want to touch ignited spirit wit yet. We might be able to get max discount on that one. Oh, and as someone has mentioned, I am losing some affinity because the borrow I'm using ran the crown route. I'm going through my Umas and doing the Tiara route just because it's the easier, safer route. But yes, when you're running your own, try and stick to the same route on all of them consistently. Eventually, the crown route to me will be the main route to do. But I'm going to wait until it can be a little bit more consistent and I have the long spark great-grandparents to make it where all the Umas can do the long races. Right now, some of them that I do in the mix, like Silent, Suzuka, and others, do not have the long ability to do the long races, and they're going to be forced to do Triple Tiara. Okay, so we got all the skills we care about. This should basically get us pretty consistent on winning now. What do we got for items? A new shop, take some stamina. Always be taking these energy drinks. These are really good for the races. Okay, we got to remember to use a hammer. Use the hammer. I'm just going to keep telling myself, use the hammer. It's going to keep giving them to me. It's going to punish me if I do not use them. I think I might actually be at like 5 now. So I'm at 4. So let's go ahead and make sure to use these. Okay. And nothing. We're sitting pretty good for training. The only thing we're really missing right now is energy. We have a little bit here. Really hoping we can pick up one of the herbal teas. And as Dawo, I'm paying attention to chat to a little bit. I know some people are talking in there. But I'm kind of working on a video right now as well. So I'm a little bit, I'm not completely engrossed in chat, but I am paying attention and trying to hit up what people are asking. Okay, so we are on the Oka show here. Easy peasy. We got everything, making sure I use the hammer. Okay. Always, I like that's the one thing that slows me down is the hammers. Is always having to really think about them. Alright. See, we're good here. And Mihono Bourbon just crushing it. It's really nice to use the Umas that actually have useful ults. Just makes the run so much smoother. Okay, the fatigue. Alright, not a big deal. We actually are decent on energy here. What do we have for a hit? We could hit power to get Kawakami Princess up for rainbows. I think we're going to do that. Okay. We'll do a hit here and get Kawakami ready for the summer. Could end up burning us because we don't really have any other energy items. If I have to rest in the summer, I have to rest in the summer. I've still gotten SS pretty easily with resting in the summer. Or even if I don't get a good hit and I do a race in the summer, still comes out pretty well. And we'll see depending on what happens here. Okay, we're on the NHK. I think we're going to take concentration here. And then we're going to move into taking Frontrunner Savvy and Groundwork. And then we can get... Groundwork can activate in every single race, potentially, depending on if we pass the wit checks. Because we have Early Lead, Concentration, and Frontrunner Savvy is our 3 early race activations. And let's make sure to use the hammer. Almost forgot there. Almost forgot. One thing they really need to add is for quality of life. Auto use silver hammers on all G1s that you run. Oh man, this is going to be the one painful one, isn't it? The NHK is my problem child. Alright, she's now in a great mood. Maybe that'll help her. Oh boy. Are we not going to get through this one? Oh, well, I clicked next. Well, I screwed that one up. If it's clicked... Not a big deal, whatever. One race affinity lost. Not a big deal. We should still hit the stat points. This is the big one anyway. I did not mean to skip that though. Normally I would use another clock there. But it's not the end of the world. That is the problem child race that I see the most losses on though. So, let's see here. I think we are good to go. Use our... yeah, we've used the hammer. Kind of threw me off, though, now. Trolling? Yeah. Nah, we're fine. We're fine. Okay, got a cupcake, down another one. We had to do pace there because there was no other front runner. Alright, so this is the race that we skip unless we really have a setup to do it right now. We do have... we have another cupcake in here. Although, one problem that we do have is lack of energy, so I definitely want to rest here. If we had all the energy items and a lot of cupcakes, I'll sometimes do this one, but we are not in real good position to do it. No energy, and so we're just going to go ahead and rest. Make sure there's nothing I want to use here. We do that G1 on the second year, the next year, so we will still get it for affinity, we just do it in the next year. Okay, make sure I use a hammer here. Make sure to put it back to front. Alright. Okay. No energy items there. Okay, there's an energy. There's an energy. Man, it's giving me tons of gold hammers here. This one's 3 turns, so we want to get that. We've already got 3 of these, so I don't need to worry about that. I mean, I can literally just buy out the shop because of all the items. I don't think we need the grilled carrots anymore, but we'll see here in a second. Alright. Got a lot of energy items. Let's see what we can hit here. Okay, Nishino flower. We have no whistles. Kind of sucks. We do have 1 power anklet, so we will take that. And we have none of... I've kind of haven't lucked out on the items here, so not the best. We'll go up to 60 here. Take the power hit. It is what it is. Okay. Yeah, good there. We're also getting one of her hints. Standard distance, alright. That's another green for an activator. There we go, that's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. Alright. Just one more hit like that and we'll be good. We're gonna have to rest on one of these. Or either that or do a wit hit. If we have nothing good on the next one, we can always try and hit wit instead. Yeah. Okay, so this one, we're going to hit wit. If we had the energy, if I had enough energy items, which I only have this one, I would actually race here. I would race in this scenario. But because if I raced, I won't have enough energy to hit on the next one. We're going to just add this, and I'm going to hit wit. Or potentially you could rest here depending on the scenario you're in. But at least we're getting 15 wit out of this by hitting it. It's a 1% chance to fail. You know, I'll just take it right without... Oh, I forgot to use the training item. But also make sure to use your training effectiveness item there. Not the end of the world there. Ooh, we have a guts hit here. Ooh, no guts items. That's fine. We will still take it without a gut. And we'll save these for the second summer. Yeah. Like, so this one, it's 27 and 6. This is giving us a lot more stats overall with all of them landing on it like that. So, yeah. Take that. Alright, and we're back to the races here. Make sure there's nothing else I want to buy here. How many of these do we have? One. So we're pretty much ready for the next summer. We won't buy that. I'm going to buy another Miracle Cure just because. Play it safe. We're going to have a lot of money coming in, so not a big deal. Now, we are a little bit lower than I would like on the stats, but we should still be fine. Usually, I come out of that summer around 600 and 600 on speed and power. But we shouldn't have any problems, because we got the second summer to get through, and we still have a ton of other stats coming in here. So, do we get any shop? Nope. You know what? We're just going to buy that, too. Screw it. We got plenty of money here. Now, this is a sprint that sometimes I will throw in the mix, but because she's sprint C, we're going to go ahead and play it safe and do this one here. Okay, so this is another opportunity to train if we had items to train with, which we don't. So on this one, I like to get the extra speed. We're just going to take that. The 10 energy isn't going to make a difference at this point. What do we got here? I like to pick up the glow sticks. We're getting enough money in. These are a really good opportunity to help out your club. So I pick those up because you generally have no money problems going through these runs. And yeah, we're already... We'll be able to pick this up after the next one, so we're good there. Got some extra power. Nothing worth hitting here. We're just going to go ahead and rest. Oh, no fast learner. Okay, Shukasho, make sure to use hammers. Okay. I got 1 silver. I've been pretty good. I've been pretty good about making sure I use them here. Okay, skills or anything I really need to get online. Let's get groundwork actually on the line now. So we have a groundwork. We can take frontrunner savvy. That pretty much guarantees a shot at it with our setup. But to make it a little bit safer, we'll just take standard distance now as well. Now we have a very good shot at getting it on most of the races. Okay, Shukasho. Yeah, in Xbox, I am sitting in my other setup. It's on the other side of my desk. My desk is literally to my left. It's just my recliner setup. So I can do longer, more comfortable streams. Okay, Shukasho. Got Eager. Okay, Queen Elizabeth here. Just double check. No hammers to use there. Nothing we need in there. Actually, we're going to buy that now. Now we're definitely ready for the next summer. Hit a 16 speed there. Another cupcake. Okay. Go in there. And what are we sitting at? Yeah, we'll buy the power ankle. Let's get both the power ankles. Probably should buy the guts one too, so we don't run into the situation that I ran into this summer where I didn't have one. I tend to try and get at least one of all of them in case what happened there happens, where they all line up on it. Because that training effectiveness can make it where you even get a really big stamina hit. Now we are a little low on stamina, and she doesn't have a built-in heal to deal with the Tenno Show Spring, so we might not actually be able to do it with her. Summer Muruzensky has Restless built in, so I can do that one on her. If I have to skip it, I mean, it is what it is. We'll just do one of the other races if we don't have the stamina. Okay, and so we're now on the other one. This is another opportunity to train. But I don't see really anything that's worth it here. Got another one of these. We'll just buy the stamina. We'll skip that actually. I think we already have one, don't we? Oh no, I guess. Nah, we'll get one later here. We'll buy the guts one now. Okay, nothing really to hit. Okay. And just double check. Now, this one does have the Champions Cup. If you're running a Dirt Uma on the last year, I'll try and make sure I get this one knocked out for an extra race. I would not do it here because you have a long stretch of races after the Rima Keenan. And so this is a really bad spot to do it. Even if things are going really well, I would not take the risk here. Just do it on the next year. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and rest. There's Professor of Curvature. Always nice to have it. It's worth a lot of points. Now, I don't really care about the hint for it as much, or the spark for it as much. But it is pretty good for getting that rank points. Although I got crap on the discounts here. So, not a very good one there. So we have the Arima Keenan now. Let's see. We got no hammers. Yeah, we have nothing in the shop you can buy. Let's just go ahead and do it. Got Ugly Cap here. All right. Got some power, more energy, always good. Keep stockpiling those for the summer. Okay, we still got 2 more races to do here. Alright, so we got that. Let's see what's in the shop now. Energy, power. Power scroll, energy. Okay. I mean, our power's doing pretty good. Speed, I mean, they're a little low, but should be fine. Okay. And we got plenty of energy, so we don't have any problems there. Xbox, no, this is not an ace run. This is a parent run. Okay, another power hit, some wit, power. Get the energy, get more energy. We want to get the speed ankle too. Alright. We'll hopefully get a mood up here. I mean, we got plenty of cupcakes to kind of deal with mood if we have a really good training. One of the things, we have not actually had a good training on any of these off turns. So we've been just resting, which hasn't... Oh, there's the skin. Why buy all the heals? It likes to show up early lead. Ooh. Okay, now we definitely want to probably use it. Because this is a training turn if we have the opportunity. Nothing crazy to hit here. So I'm probably not going to do anything about that. But we will take ourselves up to a... I think I'll just go right back to a great or a good mood. I don't want to have the stat decreases for the races. But I think we're going to just rest here. Because we're still... This has still been a pretty bad run for energy. I mean, at least we have 4 of these. But really no opportunities. We have not had any of the charms or the other items to like make it where we can afford the hits. Well, make sure we get those 2 items too. And the hammer stopped coming in too, so we haven't had to use any more of them. So this has overall been a pretty bad run shop-wise. So it'll be a really good showcase of what the rating is at the end, even though the shop has been pretty terrible. The first summer was not all that good as well. So this is kind of a low roll of a parent run. Okay, here we're going to go ahead and take Speed Eater. I think it's just a good generic front runner skill to have on there. So it'll be one I'll take if I have the option or the ability to take it. Actually, let me look at skills because we got early elite a couple more times here. Didn't we? Oh, I've already attained. Oh no, that was early lead because she's guaranteed that hint. So never mind, I'd already taken it. I probably should not have taken it since you're guaranteed to get it through her one event. Speed Eater, though, is a really nice pickup. It just helps the miles. Actually, let's not take anything. We're just about to get into the inspiration. I don't think Speed Eater's in any of my parents, but we'll just wait. We'll finish off the inspiration. After that, we can pretty much start taking any of the skills we can't get by any other means. Got some more power coming in. Okay, we got energy here. Check the shop again. We got the power. And how many do we have these? Click it. 3 of them? Okay. Let's save the money. 2 of those. Yeah, I think we're fine. Okay. Just let me double check the hammers. Yeah, still only gold ones. And I do not like to gamble my gold ones in going into the final part because I've seen it not give golds so many times that I will not use gold until I have more than 3 outside of the final races. I've actually had a run where it gave me 0 hammers, not even silver ones, in the finals. So I make sure I have 3 hammers going into it as much as I can. Alright, here we go. Not really needing anything here, but would like to pick up just some random hints for all the stuff I'm going to take here soon. Pretty good overall. Got Kyoto Racecourse. That's worth some stamina. We got Standard Distance and Kyoto Racecourse. I need to look. We might be able to do the Tenno show. We'll see here. Oh, we definitely... Let's take the speed ankle here. The more stamina. 500, and we have both. We should be. We can do the Tenno show spring with that. So let's go ahead and take Kyoto Racecourse here. We have Standard Distance. Could theoretically take extra tank, but I do not want to waste the skill point. This one's a good one to pick up now. We're not getting any more hints of it. Playtime's over is kind of the same situation. Slipstream, same situation. don't need Speed Eater right this second. We can still pick up some hints for it on Miles. I don't want to pick up Center Stage until we finish the run. So we are good to go. Now, I will not be clock. I might do 1 clock on the Tenno Show Spring here. Sometimes I'll just watch the race to see if she just outright dies. Okay, so this one is a no race. We have anything good to hit here? We have a potential power hit, but we're still really low on these. We do not want to waste it. We want to make sure we can pop off in the summer, so we're not going to risk it there. Okay, thank you for that. Now, this is the Tenno Show. We're going to definitely take ourselves up to great for the stats. Okay. No hammers to use. Yeah, I mean, we're a little low on stamina, but we should have a chance here. We'll use 1 clock. Alright, let's just go ahead and do it. Simbly Rudolph, of course. She likes to win this one on me. Alright, but we got it. We got this, right? Yeah, we got it. Oh yeah, I forgot. Her ult's a heal. I'm thinking other Umas. She can heal through her ult. She has no problems here. That's the problem with your switching around your Umas. Alright, so we have that. Speed ankle. How many of these have? Okay. Oh, we can't buy it because we have 5 of them. Holy crap, we're ready to go. Okay, good luck charm. Finally, something else to help us with the summer here. Let's go ahead. Man, we are missing... I will say, we are missing... what are we missing? Leader's Pride, I think, is the big frontrunner one we're missing. I am going to just take Speed Eater, get it off the books here. I mean, I don't want to touch these. This one's already maxed out. I could take it, but we're not going to take it right this second. Just in case I don't have skill points at the end to take everything else, we're going to hold off on that. Alright, because the big one I want, the last skill we need is Leader's Pride. I got a silver hammer. Updrafters. Oh, it's trying to tempt me here. But we need to be as strong as we can be in the summer energy-wise. Let's just go ahead and rest. We're a little lower than I'd like on the stats here, but hey, I feel like we still got a shot at the SS here on this low roll. Oh, we have a hammer, no? Make sure we use that. Oh, man. Sweep Tosho stealing it. Come on now. What in the world are we doing here? I know you're mild. Maybe our speed's just kind of low right now. Come on, you can win it. She is struggling here. What in the world is she doing? Well, we might lose this one too, I guess. There we go. Jeez, Mihona, what in the world are you doing? I mean, I know we're a little bit lower than I like to be at in speed at this point, but hey, there was some speed right there. Now, a lot of people, I know you're not going to want to blow clocks like that on a parent run. Just go ahead and take your loss, and it's a little bit less affinity, so don't worry about it too much. I've already accepted I'll run out of clocks and I'll just start using carrots when that happens. But just know it costs about $200 for the equivalent of 1,500 clocks. So if you're willing to spend that kind of money on clocks, that's kind of what the equivalent is math-wise. You can just think 1,500 for 15,000 carrots. Alright. Ooh, we got a whistle. That's good. We got some more energy that we can buy if needed. Got another hammer. Oh, man, it's giving me all the stuff I don't need. Alright, we might actually be good. We're good on energy right now. Man, we are hurting on speed. Okay, we're popping off speed this entire time if we can. We have 3 speed cards for a reason. We should get a rainbow every time here at least. We have whistle. We have 5 of those. We should be good here. Keep giving me at least one speed rainbow and we'll be good. Of course it's not going to. Holy moly. Alright, we're gonna whistle here. Dude, these speed cards are just not wanting to play today. What in the world? Speed's where we're hurting the most. I'm gonna hit it regardless here. That is, speed and power are basically our 2 main skills. We want to get into that 1100 to 1200 range to give us that high shot or high chance of a SS. So, I mean, this is a pretty bad roll so far. But we're still almost to that 900 range. Firm conditions. Alright. Alright, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Let's finish it off strong with a double. Oh, come on now. We take what we get. Alright, we're playing it super safe here. Actually, we'll conserve those. Okay, and actually, was there anything I wanted to buy in the shop before it falls off? Get some... We're probably not going to need them, but we got... We'll take one of them, right? Yeah. One should be fine in case we need to top up power using speed. Okay. Alright, yeah, we're basically... We're in good shape now. But still, with 3 speed cards, that's a really bad roll right there. Alright. Now we just race. What are we sitting on? Alright. Alright, we're gonna try out the Sprinter Stakes here. We're gonna see if we can pull it off, since she is Sprint C, which isn't the end of the world on your speed. Now we have it set to the all-comers, not that big a deal. Buy that. Do we have a hammer to use? Oh, we do have 1 gold. Actually, I'm going to save the gold because I don't know if we're going to win this one, but we're going to go for it. And the nice thing is, I have done it on the Mihono Bourbon, so she would match with her in terms of the race. How many do I have? 1 more? Alright, we're gonna use it. You can win this. Come on. You're right there. There we go. Gotta get that extra little bit of affinity. Makes up for losing the NHK and screwing that one up. Alright, nothing really big to pop off on here. We're gonna rest. Our stats are fairly low right now, though. I am worried this might not be an SS, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see what we pull off here. I might pull off a miracle. Alright, we want to see a big speed or power hit here. I mean, realistically, any stat's good because it's all our stats are low. Big power hit. That's the best one to get. Oh, we can heal this. Just take that, sure. What are we sitting on these? We don't really need them right now. Oh yeah, we got plenty for finishing it off. I don't have any other hammers, so nope. I'm not risking. I don't risk the golds. I've seen plenty of times where I don't get golds at the end. And most of the time it's when I need them because I haven't got them at all in the run. Now we can use a hammer because we just got a silver one. Alright. Now, I actually can use the glow sticks here too, just in case we get another glow sticks in the other one. I use those if I buy them on the 30,000 races. Japan Cup is one of them, Arimakina being the other one. And then the last finals one is 30,000 as well. Now, if we get a really good training here, we're going to take it. If we were already really good on speed or power, I would actually try and just do 2 more races. But we are pretty desperate for the speed right now. So we're going to go for it here. Now, when you train here, I like to use these ones since they last 3 turns, meaning I will have this still active on the one before the first race, and then I can use these on the last 2 trainings overall. But we got to take whatever we can get here, and we're gonna pop off here. What are we on in energy? We have 1 good luck charm. Man, this is gonna be a tough one. I think we get away with 1 in that. 45. Man, this is gonna suck. We might not be able to train in one of them unless we get another energy item in the final race. But it is what it is. We got a power hit. Oh, I can buy another charm? Okay. I didn't see it in there yet. I missed the charm. Oh, okay, yeah. We should be good then. And we'll buy this just in case we can hit speed all 3 times. We're good to go now. Alright. Hopefully we get level 2 after this hit. Holy crap, that's trash. You can tell I haven't hit speed at all, though, with it only being level 2. And I got my cat joining me here, it looks like. She's wanting up. She's wanting to come sit on me. Let's see if she'll get comfortable. Alright, Rima Keenan here. Let me just double check my hammers. Okay, we're not going to use them because I could get screwed in the finals. We're only losing like 3 points. Nothing in the shop. Alright, we have no clock, so hopefully we just win. Hopefully we win. Stamina. Oh, another charm. All right, we're good to go. Power and guts. All right, I'll take that. All right. Ooh, we got some speed, wit, got energy, lucky charm, and we have almost 200 left over. That's what we like to see. Speed is good to go. Now we just need to top off. Yeah, we'll be good on getting 600 in both of these. We're a little low overall. But that will cover us for speed. We have 3 charms. Let's just pop those too. Hopefully we can get some power hits. But now it's going to be just min-maxing the stats as much as possible. We are now officially good on speed. Almost there on power. We should be able to max power though. Alright. Make sure I use my golden hammer. Oh, now the cat's wanting down, I think. Oh, she's trying to figure out something. Now the speed cards show up. We're actually going to hit speed just for the power at this point. Alright. Just hit it for some power. Yeah, we're getting 40. Actually, power is good after this hit, I think. So we just hit wit or something. We hit whatever we can. Man, for a low roll, we recovered pretty well at the end here. But that is the reasoning for the 3 speed, 2 power. Usually you can get to this point, and while the stamina, guts, and wit are actually fairly low too, I've had them all around 700 by the end with these both maxed on a better roll. But I feel like we should be able to pull off the SS on this run still. Now, if I actually wanted to, you can use the calculator to really make sure you min-max it. We're not going to do that on this run. I don't think people on here are going to want to watch that for the video. But there is, you can just look up the calculator. I can put a link to it in the description. You can use that to really try and fine-tune those last skills you pick to try and make sure if you're... Because you might... Like this one, if I don't get SS, I'll be very close to it. And so by using the calculator, you can usually, sometimes, depending on how close you are, maybe take a skill that you really don't want to take, but it might push you up to the point to have it. And man, these are all trash here. Okay, we're going to take the stamina hit here. I think we have a stamina barrel, right? We don't. Alright, what we're going to do is just use everything here. And we'll figure it out. Yeah, and we will get the wit off the final race, so that is the best one to take. All right. That is the run. Now to see what we get on the sparks. All right, we'll go through here and see. Now, the gold skills are generally worth more than the whites. As someone had mentioned, the golds are typically worth 3 whites. So, depending on your heavy discounts, you'll want to take them. Center stage is an easy, good one. Just know if your Uma is not good in what you're building for. So, like, a problem I have with Fuji Kiseki currently is because she's front C, she does not get as much rank out of the front skills. So that is what's going to help you maybe bridge the difference. So we have like Gap Closer here. She is Sprint C. Gap Closer is not going to be worth as much versus a Mile or a medium. That is actually, her being Mile B actually kind of hurts her in that if I took Mile skills, they're worth less. But we don't have to worry too much about that. Medium and Frontrunner stuff is what we are caring about anyway. Taking that, taking that. Already got Frontrunner Savvy. Don't need to double circle anything. It's not worth it for the points. Radiant Star, we actually have a fairly good discount here. We might take that to help get us SS. But let's make sure we've got everything else we care about first. We, of course, want to take all the greens. Yeah, I think we're going to take Radiant Star. We do have medium straightaways, but I think Radiant Star is going to be worth more to us. We never did get Leader's Pride, though. Kind of sucks. But I think that's the most value. Oh, we have 94 left. Oh, we can get medium straight. Okay, that worked out perfectly. And everything else, not too big of a deal. If we had heavy discounts on Professor of Curvature, it's a good pickup too for points. That's it. That's the run. I mean, that was our stats. We max speed, power, have decent. We have over 600 in all these. We can get a 3-star there. That is a full run. Let's see the sparks here. Now, SS doesn't change the what sparks you get, but it does increase the quality of the white sparks. So we could still get no white sparks. That doesn't change. Now, what does help with the white sparks is having those skills in the parents and grandparents, which I have quite a bit of them. So the odds we get a decent amount of whites is actually pretty decent. But getting all of the ones we want is still completely a gamble. But the white spark quality overall should be better if we have SS. Let's see if we pulled it off. We did. And it was barely. That was a low roll, but barely. We just barely got it. If you use the calculator, I could have probably increased the score a little bit more, fine-tuning it. But we got the SS. That's the main goal of this desk. Now, are we going to get the sparks is the bigger question, because this doesn't help what sparks you get, just the quality. Wit Frontrunner. As you can see, the whites are pretty good. We did not get... Oh, man, we got Ignited Spirit Wit 3. Prudent Positioning. If we had Groundwork, I actually wouldn't mind this one for Fuji Kiseki. Fuji Kiseki really wants the Frontrunner sparks to get her to A, so she can get that SS rank. But no Groundwork. So, man, this would have been really good. If we would have had Groundwork, would have been pretty good. We didn't pick up Slipstream either. But, I mean, that is what it is. There's no... Other than having it in the parents and grandparents, there's no changing the whites in terms of that. But that is a full run of how to try and get consistently getting SS on these parent runs. Speed and power deck, after having done the wit version for a while, this one's just more consistent. You win the races a lot easier. Now, it's not going to help when, like, I will say, Frontrunners are definitely the easiest. Late Surgers and End Closers are the hardest because they can just randomly get blocked. But having all that extra power and speed will make the run a lot smoother. And I did one bonus race, but the normal schedule has 40 races in it versus 41. But sometimes I can pull off getting 42 or 43 on those extra races if I can sneak them in. But that's it. This will have high affinity with any other Umas that follow the same exact path. And that is it for a parent run here. And I will say that is one reason parent runs are still different than ace runs. Now, you can get a good parent out of an ace run. And I know a lot of people, that's kind of your strategy. You don't have time to do dedicated parent runs, and you're just hoping that you get your good parents off of aces. That is completely normal. But if you have the time and willing to do it, great way to get fans for your club. Also event points too for the event, which gives you clocks. Now I'm blowing more clocks than I'm getting out of the event, but at least it gives me clocks through the gamble wheel. But that's pretty much it. That is my Mihono Bourbon run there. It's the same with any other front runner. They're slightly tweaked. Just know that like someone like Fuji, who's not naturally a good front runner, will be a little bit harder to get SS, because that Fuji with the same exact stats and those same exact skills would not be an SS, which is really why I'm trying to get, I want to get one that has the front runner sparks to bring her up to A, before I start putting her into the loop chain. But that'll be it for now. That is how to do that is a full run of a front runner for building a parent. And if you like my content, if you could like, comment, subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching.